Alright, hey guys, welcome to another Blood Bowl match. Ooh. I'm against Khemri with splicers. Mighty blow, guard, block, dodge, and a kick and drop, dirty play, damage back, frenzy tackle, frenzy dodge. Okay. Don't know why I have to sing that one. Scheme throw, okay, awesome. Tackle. Mighty blow, claw, tackle, awesome. Claw guard, mighty blow. Okay, so I'm just refreshing myself up with my team. So I've got 50,000. I think we all know what that's going on. Although there is that awesome mercenary, isn't there? There's that mercenary, a star player who's worth exactly 60,000. Hells yeah, why not? I've never played with him in my life. And I don't often get a chance. So I'm going to go with the that guy. Yeah, that's right. That's against Khemri. Should be an interesting one. They're pretty. Yeah, they makes everything quite difficult. But from what we saw, I'm not too worried yet. We shall see. I've got a bomber, so it means that if they hit the ground, exactly that. But we yeah, sorry, it's taking a little while to load in. Strategy, I'm going to hopefully be able to play the ball a lot better than he is. He is Khemri after all, and if you can't beat them on the ball play, then I'm not sure you should be playing this at all. Tails, as I always do. What? Connection with Internet League server was lost. I'm going to just ignore that because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Right, I've got Hide Smell here, who's tackle player. Wrestle. Oh yeah, I forgot I put wrestle, disturbing presence. I've got foul appearance and some more goblins because I was like, hell's yeah, goblins. Now I don't want Dribble Snot on yet. I got plenty of players to put on the pitch, and he's not one of them that I want on there. So we'll just throw in the standard foul appearance just to try and make him waste some rolls, screw over his block. I don't know if it'll work. It's just a bit of experimenting in case it seems to somehow pay off, but it's not seems to be doing anything at the moment. But blitzers behind the goblins. The goblins then need to be relatively defensive with, well, the goblins need to be on the wings really, while the linemen, who have wrestle and one of them has disturbing presence, should go more central and then throw in the back. Big hand means that I'm not going to struggle with catching in this rain, which will be nice to know. But yeah, we'll see what happens, because Dribble Snot's on. As long as he doesn't injure so many of my players so early, I'm not Goblin, so I'm not going to expect to lose too many. He should be on for my drive, but you can never really be sure. But yeah, got disturbing presence, which is nice. Not that I can imagine they're going to be doing much passing or intercepting or catching, so that was more designed against elf teams, but it'll do. He's got wrestle as well, so he's not completely useless. Guard claw, he is my only guard, please, and I got a mighty blow, tackle, claw. As you can see, these guys come with decay, which means they're going to be very tempting targets. Mighty blow, block, that's a good one to have. He's got a few players here and there. If I want to take out an easy player, this guy's got niggle, which should be alright. And it looks like he's going to try and push down the wing with the one side, or at least all his blitzers are on one side and they're on the side of Finnick, so maybe they're going for these guys. We shall see. But yeah, really just gonna want to get, you know what I didn't do? Didn't put any players next to this guy, so he's really stupid. It's not going to be effective. Need Needle Blade to go up, really, one more. Needle Blade being the fastest player on the team, and is pretty good. Block, big hand, +1 movement. Nothing special, but maybe if he can pick up an agility, he'll become something truly to be feared. And Hide Smell Classic hide smell, just sitting there doing sod all. Okay, so we'll see where this lands. Okay, so one of his players gets a rock thrown at him. And it's his guy who's going to pick up the ball with. So he's now going to have a fun time waiting for that ball to get picked up quickly. Or slowly, as it were, because he's got nobody else really who's designed for picking up the ball. This guy's going to be out for another turn, so that's a bit of a bummer for him, actually. He does manage to catch this guy, but he's not going anywhere. He doesn't want to follow up. You would have thought he'd want to follow up, but he is going to manage to hurt. Not hurt, but he does hit this guy. Come on, foul appearance. Has done nothing. But neither have the goblins been too shabby. So he's playing what seems to be quite a strange... I guess he's waiting for this guy to get up on the next turn after, so it gives me a chance to bash at him back where I like, so I'm okay with this. I wasn't really... Unless he gave me a massive gap, I wasn't really planning to go charging in there. But taking out one of these guys would be nice. He's got frenzy on them, which is quite interesting. So just doing some securing of the ball, which is more than fair. Maybe he'll even try and pick it up. Wow, Tomb Guardian going back as well. So maybe we'll rely on Hide Smell to try and get a hit on this guy. Try and put one out nice and early. Or even maybe just Finnick if we can get enough assists in. There's no reason why we shouldn't use the block player over Hide Smell, who we can move into a guarding position, say, for example. Maybe up here. We'll see. Here comes a blitz. Actually, he's probably going to want to go for one of the goblins. And he does. And he gets pushed back a bit. And he could see it. Frenzy does mean that actually he goes down. I'm sort of hoping he moves this guy, otherwise I'm going to have a little bit more of a distance to run around. But now he's going to stick there, so maybe he's going to bring this guy for a foul. How many players has he got? That he has no subs, so I'd be surprised to see any fouling at the moment. Okay. The question is whether I want to try and bully this player off, which is tempting. It is very tempting. On a free die block, I mean I don't have block, but at the moment I'm feeling okay about that. I have... we'll both be a bit stalled, but it's of course if he rolls really stupid, there was another option there. I'm not going to waste a reroll, that's fine. I'll just play sort of defensively. Hide Smell showing me why I should have not entrusted that job to him. And I won't bother re-rolling that. So not the great start, but as I said, he's going to be delayed anyway, and I'm in no rush to attack him quite yet. The less blocks he can throw, actually, it's better off for me, and his very passive deployment so far. Or he's only got one in base contact with me, so maximum of 2 attacks, and I think I can stand that. Especially since he's got Frenzy, and Frenzy can take you into a world of pain, especially when Hide Smell... Well, Hide Smell won't affect it because he's rolled really stupid. So he's going to run this guy down. So he does get a hit on Finnick, and I bet you I'm going to regret opening that bit up. I was going to try and cover him. He does. And I need Finnick back up for the rest of the game, so I'm going to waste my reroll. And it was unlucky for this guy not to make it. I should have brought one of these lot here just to cover, but whatever. This is why we're keeping this guy in reserve. Because when it comes to his turn to come onto the pitch, he should be able to do some stuff. That does of course reduce my hitting potential a little bit, but Hide Smell is still about. And with that decay, if I can just pick off a Tomb Guardian, that should really help me out. As Tomb Guardians are the key piece to the Khemri, and also the way he's deployed his players at the moment, it's very one half here. Losing Finnick is a blow, and you know, probably shouldn't have gone for it, but I like winning matches, and if apart from Finnick and maybe Hidesmell and Needleblade, I don't really have any other players I care that much about. He does get lucky and hit that there, which means Hidesmell can either have a shot, or Needleblade can hit him, or Trinitronor, whatever his name is. And Sure Hands comes into play, and he's got there. So I'm thinking I'll probably hit with this guy and try and again blitz out and try and hurt one of his players. Get a bit more aggressive. Except Hidesmell might have to do the job here. Though this guy has guard, so it won't matter. Okay, fine. Let's hope he gets a good dice. Of course, there's always a chance that will happen, but I have to re-roll it. And he at least money. Yeah. Okay, well, it was worth the re-roll. That was stupid of me, but I get paid back for my stupidity at least. What we shall do is we shall try. Now, the way these guys work is because they're stunty. That dodge should be relatively simple for him to do. Okay, that's fine. We got wrestle. Now, this guy is going to have not going to be easy to bring down, but Nah, we'll just try and play it safe from here on in. So back off as much as we can. And keep my players away from his players who can do the damage, which I don't really want. Needleblade can back off. Because obviously he is valuable in the sense he's got block, but I don't really want him being the front lines either. Now he's lost his best blitzer already. That's why you give him Mighty Blow Claw. And it cost me a reroll though. I shouldn't have done that, but I really wanted to use a blitz elsewhere. I mean, obviously it didn't work out anyway, but because I didn't use the blitz. But sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes you just need to be content. And as I said, he's playing quite passively at the moment, so not too phased if he wants to remain that way. Now he can probably get a good few players round me here, which won't be overly pleasant, but we'll see what happens. He hits Hidesmell, but he doesn't hit him all that hard, or at all. And my players are in a bit of a clump. See, got a guard. Gonna need to clear off some of these guards. It shouldn't be too difficult if I can just get a couple of assists on this one. So, for example, bring in a player here, etc., etc. But we do need to get my players out of this complete mess among Tomb Guardians, because that's exactly what I don't want there. I really do not want him stuck in that mess. Hopefully, he'll be able to hit back hard on one of these guys, but time will tell. Time will tell. Meantime, I'll be looking to try and do damage on here and get round his side and harass. Now, Tomb Guardian, Khemri, are very much once they pick up the ball, drag the ball downfield very slowly. So it should give me plenty of time to use, he has got some good players here and they are in the way, but at the same time I should be able to get take advantage of the fact that he's got a very sort of what's the best word to describe it? It's very localized in 2 points. So for example here isn't looking too great, but he's got, so we're going to need one of these players up, so we'll get this guy up because he's worthless. And now we should have a 1-die block here. Yes. Right, so I could move this guy, I could move this guy. I'm going to go with a risky dodge because I don't really have much other choice. And it does work. This guy can get up, so Hidesmell can now smack right back. This guy now, however, I don't want to just go straight in there. I'll probably get this guy up just so we know that he's up. Now we can start hitting back. And hit back we do! It's a knockout. So Claw, Mighty Blow, really doing the damage here. And he has to probably start worrying about the position he's in. Just go for a hit with Hee-Hi on this player. Purely because my Goblin's not going to be able to bring him down on his own. Probably shouldn't have followed, actually. I didn't really want to follow. It doesn't matter. And then bring him back round. And then we shall bring him back into that position. Try and get some goblins back into a point where they're not so useless, but stunty paying off. Yeah, I'll stick him next to this player. That's alright. So yeah, again a bit lucky in the sense that Hidesmell has hit 2 people and taken off them both off the pitch, which is nice. And especially one being a big ass Tomb Guardian is one of his best. The only one that's better, I'd say, is this one, purely because he has block. And not all that great moves by me so far, relying too much on Hidesmell. But at the same time, with all these Tomb Guardians, I need to and with Finnick down, he's really my only choice. As Goblins and Linemen and level 2 Skaven Blitzer are not going to do the damage. I need to be using the fact that he has Mighty Blow and Claw to be breaking these Tomb Guardians down and making them, well, making this player really uncomfortable about staying on the pitch for long. And if I can just keep him not feeling too happy about it, then oh god, we're going to take a hit here, but it's fine. He's going to very rapidly find himself surrounded, I think. Especially if another Tomb Guardian goes down. They're like pillars of a building. And really, the Khemri lineup without a Blitzer and 2 Tomb Guardians will be pretty stuffed. Even if they're just playing against Goblins, these Goblins are enough to just keep the rest of his team completely distracted. Foul appearance! See, it has its effects. So what he did there is he wasted a strength 5 blocks trying to break a foul appearance and got a 1. And so he's got a Tomb Guardian that's done jack all this turn because of it. I think it's kind of worth it on these disposable Underworld Goblins. I'm not sure, but in the way, it depends how you play them, obviously. Oh, okay, we got a dodging character. Oh, okay. So he's going my Gobbo, and he does hit, which is annoying because I don't really want Hidesmell to be kept off of the action for too long, and he now will be, but I guess that means I'm just going to have to redress my line, make it obvious that I'm not going to just let him walk past me. That would be awkward. Could of course get a little bit aggressive on this player if I needed to. With Lahir, I'm not sure I want to get the intro up, so what we'll do is we'll just stick with it right there for now. And that's all I need to get this hit in on this guy. In fact, I can go for him, and then we can see if we can go for a Goblin Smack. Bit crazy, obviously, but it's not gonna be easy. So See, if I got this guy, and he does have 2 heads, so maybe I won't bother re-rolling if he doesn't make this go for it. See, 2 heads adds 1 to the dodge roll, which means that this goblin can now... Okay, it's not exactly a smackdown, but... And even on the floor, he's doing a okay job-ish. He's got disturbing presence, so if the ball somehow gets dropped, that catch will come into play. Now, the only thing is Hydesmell is going up against 2 big Tomb Guardians, and he will probably be knocked down, but with blitzes and dice like that, he's not going to be able to break through this line particularly quickly. I am sorely missing that other blitzer, but I do have the strength 3 players and the goblins. If I can just pull this guy away and open up a gap for this guy to get smacked by more stump, then maybe I've got... Oh, sorry, Lahir. And he's going to slowly get pushed into that tight point there, but we'll see what happens. He's pushing himself against the side of the pitch, which is odd in my mind. Now, this would make sense for this guy to bring this guy here and then hit me, and Hydesmell out would be really not too good for this turn, but we'll see what happens. No, he's going to go for more stump first, it seems. And he got defender stumbles. Sorry, he missed that because of, I think there was some lag. But whatever. Aha! And he survives, although he might reroll this. No? He's being quite precious of his reroll. Considering there's only one other player to move there, I would have said he should have rerolled that. He's got 4 rerolls and he hasn't used a single one. There's no point in having all those rerolls if you're not using them. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll try and use some goblins, I think, but first we need to... What we'll use is the goblins to distract these 2, then try and get Hydesmell over, which means we're going to have to throw some foul appearances into the mix, but should be possible. Again, we'll just try and form a sort of defensive screen to stop him just absolutely pushing through here. We don't really want him to get through to Needle Blade either, so pull him a tad back as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to blitz out here with Hydesmell. We're not going to follow up. He is down for a little bit, and we're just going to crawl up to here. Get him ready to get involved in the fight where I need him. Meanwhile, this guy should be able to serve some sort of purpose. As will this one now. Stibby can stand up. And Zwiglum, yeah, let's not do anything crazy. Let's keep you there. So yeah, I'm just trying to basically get Hydesmell in. If he can take out this one Tomb Guardian, and if these Tomb Guardians can get too bogged down with the goblins, which is entirely possible, then I may just be able to break his cage, or at least push him onto the side where he's going to have very little chance of getting out. But we'll see. See, he can't even run that far. So the risk he runs if he sort of blitzes with Tomb Guardians is he's going to have to leave them relatively far behind, letting my faster Skaven get access to this guy. So what he's doing is he's going for the goblin with his block. Skeleton, not a bad idea, but with the lack of tackle, or rather lack of tackle, he's going to have most of his players. Now this player has to either go back or round here, and he's not going to be able to do much to protect Hepuru. And it might even give me a chance to crowd surf one. I'm getting quite lucky on the fact that he's not really hit me once yet. But at the same time, with all these goblins, that's kind of how it works. And even if the goblins do get hit, big deal. They're goblins. They're not, pivotal to the plan. Is he going to try and break through? Maybe. In which case we just need to move everything again just to one side to try and shift it. I mean, really, Hidesmell will probably just move into this role here, act as a guard against this. Therefore, I should be able to sort of muscle him out. But it looks like his only option now after those movements is to move this guy here. So get rid of this player and block up his Thro-Ra from moving forward for a turn, and hope these guys are still bogged down in a turn's time as well. I mean, they're certainly going to be blocking, which means they will not be able to reach here for 2 turns. So that's really the whole point. These goblins, they're sacrificial, and the foul appearance, I feel, aids to that. It's a 1 in 6 chance that turn is going to last even longer. So that's probably not going to do all that much. Okay, so he started hitting. He didn't even actually clear any of these guys off of him. So that's nice. Okay, so first things first, resume this. Now, it would be nice to check that, but second thing, it's time to get around and hitting this guy, make sure he doesn't just push out. Apply some pressure. Hidesmell's off, that's good. Now I wouldn't mind trying to tempt him. Two heads and a lack of tackle means that I can get a 2-die block up on this guy. He can start looking threatening. This player can come here and this one can get up, and unless I'm mistaken, he's going to have a hard push time trying to make it through that little situation. This guy could of course clear this one off, and then we could see this guy come into support, but that's not going to help this one particularly. So we'll see. Just going to quickly send a message. Yeah, he's got 1 turn to do it, 2 turns to do it in rather, so I think he knows he's a little bit stuffed here as well. Sorry, I'll stop having conversations with people now. My computer should be more than able to handle Rome Total War 2. It could do Shogun 2 on highest graphics and stuff with no real difficulties, so there should be no problems. Hidesmell has got hit down, which is annoying, but it shouldn't change too much. My only worry is I'm sort of not going to be able to score very quickly unless I get, for example, this guy up the field next turn and he manages to catch the ball, which could go not very well. But okay, so he has cleared a sort of path. Oh no, maybe he's done a good job. Oh, well played. Okay, so he plays that well and actually got past me. I guess hide smell going down screwed me over a little bit. But I should be able to score in good time, I think. If I can just get a good goblin throw up, I might even be able to. That was a shame. Oh well, his Tomb Guardian's still down, and he's still down a player, so as I said, should be able to retaliate pretty quickly. Well played to him though, I didn't see that gap. This is my bad. But Needleblade should be able to pick up the ball, and as long as we can get it to one of my faster players, I'm looking to get it to Lear, because obviously he's quick, and also he actually is very close to leveling, so farm him up is level 3. Worst case scenario, I could always keep the ball back and try and go for it. Really, I just have... You didn't use a single reroll there, which is impressive for Khemri, but if I can just get enough players covering my blitzer, he shouldn't have the speed to react too quickly. And I would say the right side to go for is this right hand side, because these two players... Well, we shall see though, we shall see. Oh yeah, and we've got Finnick back on the pitch, so he'll be playing an important role. So this is going to be Operation... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Dribble Snot tries to sneak in. We're not having Dribble Snot sneak in. That's not happening. Blade Smile goes there. Then he can have a pop on him later. Okay, let's go with that. He doesn't have kick. Oh no, he does have kick. Fair play to him. But Needleblade has movement 8, big hand. Sure hands. It's a good kick. Solid kick. But we can't change what we're going to do. Not really. So we resume as planned. Finnick will make the initial blitz. Hopefully we can bring down another blitzer. Should have really blitzed from the other side, but whatever. Can guard there. Needleblade may have to do some passing, but that's quite risky. Especially if I'm going to be passing there. So, rather than do that, first of all pick up the ball. Sorry, it's lagged out a little bit. Yep, no, big hand, sure hands, he's made it. Now we have to be careful because of the range of his players. Really, my safe range is there. Now I can change that up a little bit to make it. Now I have to be careful. Because I am trying to score. Sorry, it's lagging out a bit. I think it's the weather effects. I say that my computer should be able to handle Rome Total War like it's easy, and then it does this. We're going to go for a hit with Hide Smell in a second. But his dodge failed. So, well, the Hide Smell's not hitting anyone. I should have really... I'm not thinking very well today. Whatever. He's probably going to have to spend one block doing that, and then he's going to have a blitz. So he's going to have probably a hard time moving into position to stop me scoring. But in fairness, I need to make a pass, which is not like the most likely thing that's ever going to happen. But I have a reroll for the catch, and so it's basically going to be a 4+ catch, maybe a 4+, yeah, 4+ catch if he gets an accurate. Ah, that stupid rain. It's going to make things difficult. But you got to believe, and that's assuming he can make the pass, and then this guy can obviously make it down there, but he's probably going to have to do some blitzing as well. We'll see, the skeletons probably can't react all that well to this, but it really comes down to a pass and whether it can be achieved. He might be able to throw some like sort of difficult hurdles here, but his +1 movement's going to be useful. Can't help but feel that agility would be useful as well though. Okay, so he has cleared some space up for this guy to do something. Whether that means he's got frenzy though, so it's gonna be not quite as simple as just charging down. And I can't really see where he's going to put the players to block me if I manage to actually get the ball out. He has 6 things, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, he's not going to be able to reach here or even here, and his best option is to blitz this player and try and deter me from doing anything. But that shouldn't stop the throw at all. Yeah, and he's going for that. So now it's a 1-die block as well. Unless he puts him there, in which case it's a 2-die block. And I get to pick. So I'm going to choose to wrestle him down. And we'll hope that works. So before I do anything else, I need to charge upfield and try and throw this ball. Now, I have only one shot at this, so I better make it a good one. It's not perfect in the sense that I'm not going to be able to make a perfect throw, but he does have pass, so it really is going to be a matter of I'm just going to have faith, I think. We'll see what the Skaven are capable of, but I don't want to suffer from an animosity. And it looks like even without a reroll, I'm going to get this guy out leveled. So that's pretty good going. I don't feel like being cocky, but I do feel like removing this player if at all possible. And it is possible. So we're going to get Finnick to do the job, as he's just that little bit extra bit reliable. However, it's not really worth... Is it worth rerolling? Yes, apparently. It was a risky choice, but he is knocked out for it, so that's something else. And then we'll just score. So, in the rain, that was a risky play, but it does get me the 1-1 that I need to be even here, so I guess get away with a bit of luck. I mean, it's a half chance that he'd make the throw re-rolled, so you can probably calculate it as about 2/3 chance of success, I think, maybe, with the re-rolls counting, but it's all very tricky and depends how much of a probability nerd you are. Tomb Guardian's out, which again, I'm very lucky to have. So now we can put on Dribble Snot, and we can play with a player I've never played before. And it should be really fun, because he throws bombs and stuff. But yeah. And at least this guy will level at the end of the game, unless he's dead. And they almost always die. But there's going to be a lot of bombs thrown, I can promise you that much at this point. I'd have not hired this player to sit around and do nothing. He is going to throw some bombs, and he's going to hopefully do lots and lots of damage. But there's obviously no telling what he'll do. And just so he doesn't get boned over straight away. We're going to put him right up next to these Tomb Guardians, and they can decide their fates from the offset. I don't really want the troll getting too involved, but we can leave Finnick on the lines to try and make some sort of effect. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to. Anyone in particular I want to level up in this time? Not really, maybe my lineman. We'll see. The game is wide open. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens when you throw a bomb with this character. Because there's a small problem that if he managed to roll a couple of sixes, he could throw into this clump here. But I'm sort of hoping, what with the disturbing presence I've put there, it's going to be nigh impossible. But sixes are sixes. Yeah, okay, Blizzard. Well, at least it's easier for me to throw. So this guy, straight away. Well, you know, he made it. Can't argue with that. Next up, we'll go for this guy over Finnick. Try and open some wounds. And wounds we open. Claw is such a cheap skill. So cheap. But, you know, you do what you must, really, don't you? So I guess we might as well try and level up this blitzer quickly, but two-head goblin, maybe. Well, no. I swear there was someone else that... this guy's within leveling up, but I don't see the point of leveling him up. Maybe I will just casually stroll up the field and we'll see what I decide is right. Maybe two-head goblin. Maybe we can set him on the mutations path and see how well he does. Okay, so he's here. That's a good enough turn to start with. So this guy's agility 3, hooray. He has accurate, which is always what I wanted to. It's basically good because it makes him better bomber. And that's about all he has apart from dodge and a standard sort of bombardier rule. So he's really just he's like a goblin bomber, except he's got accurate. That's all he is. And because he's a secret weapon, I imagine that's why he's always so dirt cheap. And I've never used him before, so I thought, hell, why the hell not? Now bombers could be great, especially if they like to clump up like this. This is actually ideal. It's a complete pot luck what you'll hit and what you will, but it basically works like a meteor, I think. So anything in that sort of square, if you're aiming for this square and it hits this square, any one here can take a bit of damage, which is quite nice, I think. But obviously it does have its side effects, and against a team like Khemri, great, cool, you got a bombardier, excellent. Like, what are the chances they're going to be able to hit you? Probably not all that high. Against a team like Wood Elves, probably don't do it, because they're just going to catch the ball and they're going to throw it back, and you can bet they're going to keep doing it until you lose, because these bombardiers are not actually that good throwers, so they're relatively worthless in that sense. Ouch. Well, that's just bad luck, and at least he gets a smashed hand out of me. So one of my goblins is out for the next game. Now he has put this guy well, ain't that good for me. Now I really want to hit one of these guys, and I also want to hit, there's a lot of people I want to hit. Okay, that makes me sound a bit awful, but Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, as long as you don't kill your own ball carrier, I think it's alright. There you go. That's sort of what I wanted. Except this guy's now in the wrong position. And that stuffs me over quite a lot. I guess go for broke. So at least that gets him into the right position. It's not a hit, but it means Finnick can then take a pop at this guy, and with the block and the Mighty Blow Claw, he's not going to do a too shabby job of it either. And we'll go for a blitz here. Try and just seep through here in a way. Pop this guy here. Although that's the disturbing presence I kind of wanted around me. But you know, he's fine there. And move that guy there. So let's see how he reacts to that one. This is my sort of form of caging. Oh no, we should level Finnick. He's almost leveled. That's who we should get. I'm pretty sure the bomb works in a sort of area. It'll say here. Sorry, I've taken away the names. That was bad of me. Okay. Bombardier. In adjacent squares, yeah, I'll hit in a 4+. So basically, on a 4+, when it hits a square, then everyone rolls. If, for example, if I hit this guy, he will go down automatically, but then everyone around him goes down on a 4+. Fortunately, Finnick does take a beating, but he should be able to just jump right back into the fight. Especially if I can clear off this player quickly, which I feel like I will be able to. Shame SPPs are not earned for casualties, because bombers are cool. They should be promoted, because the secret weapons don't really, like, the chainsaw's good, but the ball and chain's actually pretty decent, but otherwise I wouldn't say it's all that much of a bother. Like, I'd prefer to see some high level bombers and stuff. So we're moving him there just so Finnick can get up and blitz down, and whatever this guy's name is. And the more times we hit this guy, the more likely he is to go out like that, which is wonderful. And then we can pop this guy down, or not. Yes, we can. And he gets knocked out. So yeah, it's going pretty well now. I think this is pretty conclusive. But it seems like a waste not to use my bomber. So here goes nothing. Now he's choosing who to, because he can intercept with either of these two. So, I mean, the only thing is, if he intercepts and catches the bomb, he's got to throw it back. Now that's not going to be as easy. You basically need to roll a double 6 at this point. Although the only thing is, I'm throwing to his skeleton, who isn't technically. See, he's caught the ball. Now he has to throw it, but he doesn't. And everyone in that area, he fumbles the pass and gets knocked out himself, and we managed to drop down this guy onto the ground as well. Bombs are fun. Bombs are so much fun. Knockout, not too fussed. I mean, this is a Khemri team, and all of them lie in the knockout box, which is quite nice. Dribble Snot, yeah, he's doing his job. He's just sort of hitting stuff. That's kind of what he's supposed to do. And while he's there, he's just going to keep throwing bombs to sort of this area and hope that we can keep these players down on the ground rather than up. See what carnage we can cause. Though he's going for Zwiglum, which I don't appreciate. Because Zwiglum's a good goblin-ish. He's got 2 heads and I want to build him. I'm told there's sort of a legendary blitzer cage breaker goblin which has dauntless... No, is it dauntless? It might be just horns. Horns, 2 heads, and obviously because they're stunty, they will get pretty damn cool. Now, I don't think this causes a turnover, but this guy's pretty badass. He's doing his job. He's not like he's just lying down. He's doing a pretty damn good job of everything. Okay, fine, be like that. Hide smell stays on the ground. Needle Blade will helpfully pass to Finnick. And I'm doing a pass because I feel confident that he can farm the XPP at this point without too much threat of him running off with the ball. So he's going to get a little bit more SPP and Finnick's going to finish this off, and then we'll have a leveled up 2 leveled blitzers in one game, which is quite nice, I think. Obviously I think Skaven, this guy is going to probably pick up a accurate, maybe a strong arm in the next level up. Something to make him just a bit more reliable in the passing game. A lot of people say recycle your passes until you get +1 agility. Well, yeah, you can, but it's not very exciting, and I got +1 movement, so I'm not wasting that. Now Finnick should just be able to just absolute blitz out here. But we'll see what happens. Well, there's a number of possibilities. The only thing is this poor guy is going to get beaten up now. Well, he's off now, so it's not like it matters. Now I can just score at will on the basis that I don't need to worry, because he's going to get sent off this turn. So he sort of achieves a small victory of... just in case he does manage to get up, and if I screw up the next move. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and get Hide Smell to do another blitz and smack another Tomb Guardian. He doesn't achieve anything, so we won't bother. Try and get this player, but nope, no dice. It's okay. Finnick will roll in the second touchdown, which gives us a tiny bit more playtime. There are those bells. Ding, 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 dang, dong. One of mine gets up, but I've got so many reserve goblins. I could have been fouling away really this game, but I haven't been. So I'm waiting for also another fouling, a dirty player goblin, so I can throw out some fouls. La, right, they're up, cool. Right, so we just resume a sort of standard, bog standard setup, with the linemen being the more central players, because obviously you want to protect them more, so I'd say put them in the centre, but everyone's different. They're just a bit more defended against side attacks. Players come down, throw at the back with 8 movement. I like that setup. That setup's quite nice. They could be lured into going down here, but you're going to end up one-on-oneing, or unless you've got a guard. going into a troll and then surrounding. I don't know how you set up initially. I quite like my setups quite tight into the middle, but sometimes they need to be a little bit wider, especially against teams like that can run down your wings. Skaven, elves. I see it done against me a lot by as vampires, but in fairness, vampires are not really expected to properly punish you for being on the sideline. That's something I would like to change in my vampire teams. Is I need to introduce more frenzy because it makes the games more fun, but there's no real. I'm gonna have to wait for that to happen. So there's a pitch invasion, and I lose 3 players and he loses 3 players. Of all his are skeletons, I lost hide smell. The lineman, the goblin. Should be fine. He's still outnumbered, so he's still going to have a hard time just getting this ball upfield without being pressured. He's going to have to move forward as well, and it all gets pretty tricky past a certain point, especially if he can't manage to knock me over, which is always nice. What a nice snowy day it is for some Blood Bowl anyway. So pointing at that Tomb Guardian. They are badass. Oh, look at this view. Oh, sorry. Ball's there. Tomb Guardians pushing up. Quite a lot of gaps left open. If I can clear this point, I'll be able to flood in, go for a 3rd touchdown, and methinks. Has managed to pick up the ball very quickly with his blitz roll. So yeah, it's going to be a matter of getting rid of this guy, 1 blitzer. So let's get some players into position. We'll probably use He-High because he's got wrestle. That doesn't help us very much, does it? Right. That's not great either, but the thing is I can sort of correct this, as it were. This guy's got guard. That was really stupid of me. Well, ain't that just fantastic? Oh well. Do that. I feel like re-rolling that. This guy has to go down at some point, right? We'll leave him back here, and we shall let Finnick go and try and attempt on this guy's life. See what happens. Obviously, Tomb Guardians being very slow, they're not really going to be able to cover this guy, so as long as I can just sort of push one of these Tomb Guardians out of the way or stop him reaching Finnick. Maybe dodge would be a good skill on Finnick, although he needs an agility roll, so +1 strength would be fabulous. Give me that. You can sort of form a rudimentary screen that would be hard to push over, but in this current position I've got quite a few angles of attack, so I'm going to try and use them as much as I can. And with 2 heads goblin, who's I think now on the ground actually, so is irrelevant. Yeah, he is. I was planning to he could just slip through, but no matter. We will make this work. Or, well, we don't even have to make it work, we just have to make his not work. Now he has Frenzy, which means he's going to follow him for 1 die block. And just that as a roll, he's going to get a little bit stuffed over there. I should be able to respond by just hitting him back. Should be pretty simple. And I can block up these skeletons with goblins and keep these guys occupied here. So that's exactly what we'll do. Get these guys moving out. Hidesmell needs to get up. Stibby needs to move over. Needleblade can just get in the way, I suppose. Actually, we'll leave High to do the work. And we'll try and push him to the edge. I don't have tackle on this one, but no. I'm going to make the same mistake as I did last time, so I'll let this guy do that job. Oh, except he's not going to be able to. Because Finnick failed me. That's alright. I really can't see a way he's going to break out here without just making some stupid dodges. He does have the skill dodge, but yeah. We shall see out of it. There we go. That's something. He has to reroll that if he wants to do anything, so that's his reroll gone. And he knocks that player down. He could sort of run round here, but he's just going to run into Hidesmell and the intro Gnaw, which reads as the intro Gnaw, but frickin' whatever. I did not decide on these names because I only pick names for teams that seriously require thinking about, like my UK Blood Bowl team, and even then the names aren't that great. They're just, the thralls are called after people that I know in real life, and then I update these people with how well their thralls are still living or not living, as is more often the case. I suppose he does have wrestle, but this is the thing, he's gonna, if he wrestles one way, he's gonna, if he wrestles him here, he's not going to achieve all that much. But I guess he has to. He doesn't achieve that all that much anyway. And even if he had pushed him out of the way here, he wouldn't have been able to, he'd have to dodge through that, which isn't going to happen anyway, is it? No, another one. Right. Then the next plan is going to be an interesting one. If I can score a third touchdown, it's going to be only one way and only one way only. I know that doesn't really make much sense when you say it that way, but shh. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Yeah, how much faith do I have in my ability to stop him doing this? Aha. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's not going to happen, so we've got to be secure about this and make sure I don't lose it on some soddy premise. So we'll use this tackle player. He doesn't get it. That's fine. There's other players to put in front of him. Especially if you get that result, it shouldn't matter anymore anyway. Which means we can just leave it to Hidesmell to try and pick up another injury. He might do, but he doesn't. So what's left to do is pop as many players around the ball, and call the GG, which I think it is. Because he's going to have a hard time picking up that ball. Yeah, he doesn't even have any players that can reach the end zone, so it doesn't matter. Regardless of whether he picks up the ball, he's not going to be able to put it in the end zone in the next turn, so meh. The only player who was capable of moving at any sort of speed was the blitzer, and he is no longer with us. Does go for Lahir, but nope, I'm okay. You can throw out a block on a goblin, and that's about it now. And even if that goblin goes, he's got foul appearance, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, well that's the game. Let's go see what what SPPs have got. If at all any. Ta-da! Emptying stadium, blah 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 blah. Retrieving server. Yes. Okay. I'm not sure why I rolled yes to that. Was alright. Oh good, I got level 1 goblin who I probably didn't even play the match as my MVP. How wonderful. Well, so here goes nothing. 2 blitzers. Which one has Lahir got? He's got nothing special. Strength. Rotation. Let's go with Mighty Blow. Build them similar. The 2. Yes! I asked for it and I got it. That's a Strength 4 Skaven Blitzer and Mighty Blow Claw Tackle. That's not too shabby. It's not too shabby at all. Finnick now going to be a damn powerful player. So yeah, yeah, it's a good game. Well played to my opponent, and I hope you enjoyed this messy game with bombs and shit. But you know, for science, as my motto says. But yeah, stay safe, guys.